for updates and new information. The link to participate in this meeting via Zoom can be found on the town's website. This meeting is also being live streamed on the town's website. If you do not wish to speak at the meeting, but you would like to submit comments for the public record, the link to submit comments can also be found on the town's website. This concludes the required comments. The Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Rump, the Vice Chair, would you lead us in the pledge?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Rump.
You're welcome, Mr. Chairman.
The Board Secretary, Mr. Jankowski, would you perform the role and notify us of a quorum?
Mr. Rump?
Here.
Ms. Keys?
Hello.
Mr. Burke?
Howdy.
Mr. Chairman?
I'm here, yes.
And I'm here. So we do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Did the board members review the October 20th, 2020, the minutes of the 2020 meeting? And were there any errors or omissions?
There were none. Can I make a motion to accept as read?
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to accept the minutes of the October 20th, 2020 meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you. Did the board members review the minutes of the ARB organizational meeting? And were there any errors or omissions? If none,
Motion to accept?
yes. And do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to accept the minutes of the ARB organizational meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Did the board members review the ARB Policy and Procedures Manual 2020? And were there any errors or omissions?
None. Motion to accept?
And do I hear a motion to a second on that?
Second.
All right, Ms. Keys, seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Thank you. Okay. Any other old business to come before the board not on the agenda? If not, then we'll proceed with the published agenda. The first item is a substantial residential 180 Rose Hill LLC, and it's at 180 Rose Hill Road, Watermill. Ms. Shimon, could you bring up the screen documents on that application?
The applicant was supposed to come to the meeting, but
And it's not here.
was not here.
If not, I would like to, if there's no objection, put this as the last item on the agenda today.
Okay.
There are people in the waiting room. I don't know if the applicant's here or not.
Is it Jessica?
No.
No?
Okay, well, it'll be the last item on the meeting. If she makes it, she could be just late.
Wait, they're here. Keen Development.
Hello?
I'll
Keen
let Keen Development in.
Development.
Sorry, I can't hear.
King Development
Is
for
what?
180.
They have to be unmuted.
Okay, well, they have,
I'm letting them in now.
Okay.
Okay, they're going to present, Mike,
fine, thank you.
Can everybody hear me?
as far as I know.
Hello?
Hi, we are here for 180 Rose Hill. So sorry, I don't think that you
The
guys.
mute's on. We can-
No,
We
it's
can
not.
see you.
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
You can't hear us?
we can see you too.
Okay, lovely to meet you. We're presenting for 180 Rose Hill. I am the homeowner, Jessica Guetta. We have Michael Wallen representing us as the architect today. And we have Kevin Murphy as the landscape architect. Would you like us to start with the renderings of the house?
Yes, please proceed with your presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, Chairman, members of the board. As stated, my name is Michael J. Wallen. I'm a licensed architect. since 1990. I'm going to remove my mask, okay? Just keep your 6 feet. I'm here today to present a substantial house, as mentioned, for Ronan and Jessica Guetta, okay? It is on the west side of Rose Hill, number 180, on a 3-acre lot, okay? I'm a classical architect. I'm sitting in for the Richard Raymond Renault, who had a prior engagement. Classical or not, it's interesting to notice in this house, okay, while it is a contemporary or transitional house, we can notice that there is a definite massing, which is very typical of a classical house, in that if you look at the center block, okay, you have these two symmetrical wings flanking the main entryway, which is pronounced, as you can see by the rendering. This composition is enhanced.
Excuse me, I just want to interrupt you. I don't believe most of the board can see that.
Okay, we'll come up.
Yeah, I think stand over there. Stand over there.
So,
Over here. Yeah.
can you see this? Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. The rest of the board, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as mentioned, you see the symmetry, okay, from your plans, but if we notice left and right, it's broken, okay? This is a classical idiom in that people who own a house, it's very formal, okay? But as we see, more often than not, the service quarters, where we keep the horses and where the servants would live.
Charles, I think we've lost them.
I can turn their video off and maybe have them turn it back on, but it's their internet. It's not mine. Sure, they'll try to get back in.
Okay, thanks.
Continue until, and I'll let you know when they come back, unless you want to just wait.
Oh, we can wait a little.
Can someone give them a call, maybe?
Maybe we could just move on to the second application and see
Yeah, I
if they
think
can
we
come
should
back.
at this point, you know, if we're going to have to call them. Okay, we can put this on like I suggested toward the end, and maybe they can get their technical issues straightened out at that point. Okay, the second on the agenda is, this is a sign application, TD Bank, 191 West Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays. Ms. Shamoon, do we have someone, the drawings and renderings, and also someone to introduce this?
Alexandra is going to present. I don't know where she went.
I'm right
Yes,
here.
she's there.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to share my screen with the presentation. I hope this works. I've only done it once before. There it is. Okay. So what we are doing is the signs that we're currently that are on the building now, we have prior approval from the ARB, but the permits were never issued. So what we are doing is legalizing them. And we're updating to the new color spec from TD. So we're not adding anything. We are just legalizing what is there and changing the color.
Okay, and this is, I have to consult our attorney on this. Ms. Doyle,
Yes.
on this, since it is this, because I remember the first time that we reviewed this, we had 3 separate applications and we voted 3 times on it because there were 3 different types of signs.
Mhm.
Can we just do this as one, like amendment to the original?
If you did it 3 times last time for the separate signs, I would just do it like you did last time and just do 3 votes for the 3 different signs.
Okay, fine. So I guess that's how we're going to have to do it then. Could you show us the 3 different signs?
Yes, there is the front wall sign, which faces.
Okay, fine. We can just stop at that one for now. Mr. Burke, you're the lead for this area. Comments and or approval?
I don't have any comments. One question, I guess, is there any lighting component to this sign, goosenecks or otherwise?
The TD, if you see the night view on the side, so just the TD will light. The whole is not lit, just the TD.
Okay. Then I don't have any any other comments, and would make a motion to approve this front wall sign.
Okay, so you approve it. All right, Mr. Rump.
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Ms. Keys? Ms. Keys?
I see no issues with it at all.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski?
No issues. Recommend approval.
Yeah, and I'm going with the lead. I recommend approval also. Since the lead has already made a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve. These are the front signs fronting Montauk Highway. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Okay, could you show us the other
Yes.
elevations?
So this is facing East Tiana Road. It is the same, just the TD will light.
Okay, fine. Mr. Burke, you're the lead on this, and may we have your comments and a decision on this?
Yeah, I don't have any issues with it, so I would recommend approval on this second sign facing East Tiana.
Okay, Mr. Rump?
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski?
No issues. Recommend approval.
Okay, and Ms. Keys?
No issues. Recommend approval also.
Okay, and I'm going with it. I have no issues with it, and I'm going with the lead on this. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion to approve the second
Okay,
sign.
do I hear a second? Okay, Mr. Rump, thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you. Can we see the other elevation?
Yes. These are the awnings.
Yes.
They are not illuminated, and we are just reskinning them with the new TD spec color. We're not making
Okay.
any changes. We're just reskinning them.
All right, Mr. Burke, comments on this?
Okay, no issues.
Okay, Mr. Rump?
I have none as well, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski?
No issues. Recommend approval.
Okay, and Ms. Keys?
No issues.
All right, and I have no issues in going with the lead on this. I approve of it. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I will make the motion to approve the awning switching.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right, and that concludes this application for TD Bank. Is there any comments from the public on this? None? Then we'll go on to the next.
Your other clients are back?
We do have a chat from.
Okay, then we can go back to 180 Rose Hill.
Okay, I'll let them in.
All right.
They were back. I believe that Charlie has to let them back in.
I am.
Yeah.
You just have to start the video.
Wait, Ken, I mean,
Just
okay.
Here we are.
So,
We're back in.
okay.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we're gonna start with the site plan. The house is located 101.9 feet off of the street. We have a driveway that enters over here and then a central courtyard. The home is very much in fitting with all the neighboring homes to the right and left and across. And Michael will continue with the architecture.
Hey, do you have this on your computer?
I'm so sorry, what did you say?
You have this rendering on your computer? You could share your screen and we could see
Yeah,
it.
the rendering is right here.
On the computer, yes.
No,
Yes,
what I'm asking is, do you have it on your computer?
we can't hear you.
You have it on your computer to email.
Yes, I have it on the computer to email to you.
Well, you could just share your screen so we could see it.
Oh,
Your screen.
share our screen? We don't know how to do that.
Never mind.
Okay.
We're gonna hold up the board, okay?
All right, can you hold it closer then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Share screen on? So
Oh,
you wanna share the screen? See that right there? Oh, okay, then I have to email it to you though, the rendering.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
you share
You
your
don't have
screen.
to email it. You can just share, just
Look,
open it on
see
your
down here,
screen and share it.
No, share screen needs to be on,
Yeah, get
In
it
the
on,
computer.
put the rendering up there.
where do I email it to?
You don't email it. You
I
just
just
put it
did it.
on your desktop and share your
See
screen.
the share screen? Did you try?
Okay, I'm gonna bring up
Oh,
this.
there you are.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm gonna bring up this rendering. Hello?
Yes, we hear you. Just at the bottom, it says share your screen.
Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Hold on, I'm getting up the rendering. No. Hold on. Zip. Extractor. Files. I honestly, I don't know how to do this. I really don't. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Can you open it so you can see it on your desktop?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that, but I don't really know how to do this. So
What I'm telling you to do is just open it on your desktop so
Apologize for the delay
that you can see it.
and the difficulties.
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to do this right now.
That's okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to pull up the image right now. Oh, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. Andrew. Okay, so I'm gonna email this to myself. But what you're gonna need to do is let me on to my, gonna need to let me on to my other screen. So Zoom.
It's already on. We can see your face.
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on, we gotta mute the other one.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Can you see that?
Yeah, Catherine, thank you. Could you go back a little more with it so everybody can see the, yeah, that's,
Well, I'm sharing my screen.
Did she
So,
get it?
so here it is. Can you see my screen?
No. Did you hit share screen?
Yeah, I did. Zoom. Oh my God. Share content.
No, at the bottom it should say a green button should say
Right here,
share.
share screen.
I have that on my thing and it's pressed. Share screen.
Try it on here as well.
Let's just do let's do it the way we were doing it with the boards.
Okay, can you hear me? Everyone?
Yeah, you need to turn one of the computers off. Turn your phone.
Okay, I'm turning this off.
All right. Now you're muted, so unmute yourself. Unmute the computer.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you hear us now?
yes.
I once again apologize for that technical delay.
okay, could you come closer with the board? Fine.
This is a rendering of the front of the house. You can see the aforementioned parking court, okay, the round shape, and it's centered once again. You can see some symmetry, center line on that round area. The front entryway, okay, is predominantly made out of limestone. Okay, it's an Indiana limestone, okay, from Indiana ILF, Indiana Limestone Fabricators, and it has a 1-inch square groove, horizontal square groove, okay, and they're all equal, roughly about 2 feet or so in height, okay. The front door, as you can see, is aluminum, okay, and that is, where is that?
We're using all weather shield windows.
Weather shield windows and with aluminum, a color, which we have.
We're using the Weather Shield Contemporary Collection. They're all gonna be aluminum clad windows and doors, and there's gonna be a matching front door. The color of the aluminum clad will be black.
Hey, can you bring the drawing closer? We couldn't see it. No, the other one. The one you just had up. Yeah, that one, can you put it closer to the screen,
I'm too
or the
short.
camera? It's got to be a little closer than that. Okay, can everybody sort of see it?
That's the advertisement for the Weather Shield, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
it is.
that's what we're using. We're using Weather Shield aluminum clad windows.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Okay, and as you can see from the front rendering, you can see the windows clearly, okay? And to unify the windows, you can see a spandrel panel, okay? Much the same color as the windows, and there is a similar panel in the front door to unify that composition. And that is going to be a Pollock, okay, it's a metal, it's a decorative metal, and it would be very similar to the color, okay, of the windows, all right? And once again, flanking that as a contrast to that will be the limestone. On top of the roof that we have for the house and for the front entry as well, okay, will be a walk-in sawmill taper sawn cedar shakes, as you can see, with the captive alley, okay, and roughly 5.5 inches to the weather. The walls flanking the tower, okay, and basically the whole house is clad in that, is a 5.5 inch to the weather, okay, R&R shingles, tapered to give a very uniform appearance to the front entry and the whole house itself, okay?
And traditional Hampton architecture, we're using this imperial gray semi-transparent stain. So it has like a very natural kind of feel.
The semi-transparent, it's not a full opaque. It allows some of the natural organic colors to come through over time. But the fact that we give it the stain, it prevents it from weathering too quickly and it becomes dark, which we don't want. We want to lighten up the house, given its size.
And we're using the GNR red cedar shingle.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Once again, I think this color complements the metal banding, as also serves as a nice contrast without being too much different. We used a lot of soft hues, okay, throughout the house. And once again, you can see the organic nature of the cedar shakes on the roof. And then also around the house will be the 5.5 inch to the weather.
Okay, and you had a landscape drawing that you had sent.
Yes, so we're going to introduce Kevin Murphy from Team Development to explain the landscape.
He's going to join us now. Here, I'm going to put this on a board. Well, I want to keep it.
Okay, so we've followed the formal scale of the house.
Can you bring it closer?
Sure.
And up a little more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is Kevin Murphy from Keene Development Landscaping.
Okay, so we followed the taller privet hedge and with the guidelines we've done to shorter privet hedge up sides. And there's 4 trees, and we've duplicated the rendering.
We have a center courtyard here.
For the lower.
You see we have all grass with 4 trees in each corner with traditional boxwood hedges all the way around.
In place of the walls. We follow the form as the rendering shows.
And you can see it's minimal amount of planting in keeping with the surrounding area.
Yes, to keep the very open farm-like nature of the lot. We're keeping it very tailored and elegant. And we're just framing the center courtyard with boxwood hedges. And we have the lower privets on the side. We have a parking courtyard over here to pull out of the garage that enables you to enter the backyard with evergreens over here. Do you have any questions regarding plantings or about the plan?
Mr. Rump, would you care to comment on any or have any questions on this?
Mr. Chairman, I have no questions.
Okay, thank you. Okay, does that conclude your presentation?
Yes, unless you have any questions regarding anything.
Well, all of the board might have questions. I'm the lead on this application, and I'll provide my comments and decision now on this. The house is brought to the board because it's over the 7,500 square foot threshold that we have. It's in an area which the lots are quite large, and I think it'll be harmonious with the area. I don't see anything negative about it. And my only concern at this point is it's sufficient landscaping, but Mr. Rump has no questions, so I assume he's happy with it. He's the landscape architect on the board. So I recommend approval. Mr. Rump?
Mr.
Comments?
Chairman, I don't see any issues with the landscape plan, and as you said, it is compatible with the neighborhood. So I'd recommend approval.
Okay. Mr. Jankowski, comments?
No, I'm going with your recommendation as well. I'm just looking at it on the satellite and all of the houses look similar. Anyway, and same with the landscaping where it's kind of minimal. Because it kind of keeps that farm look. So I have no issues.
Right, yes. And when you go out, the lot is quite large. Okay, Mr. Burke, comments?
No, excuse me, no comments, no.
Okay. All right, Ms. Keys, comments? We can't hear you. Ms. Keys, you're muted.
I'm sorry. I have a couple of questions. First of all, what is the size of the house?
Size of the house is, we have a first floor that is 4,821 square feet, and the second floor is 4,723 square feet.
And okay, thank you. Is it limestone all around?
No, the home is all shingle. We just have that center feature front door as limestone around to just.
Okay, because the picture doesn't show the rest of what it looks like. And how high is the hedge?
The hedge is going to be the allowable height, which is
42 inches on the sides.
42 inches on the side.
Is that going to grow?
Yes.
No, we trim them and keep them at that height.
42 inches is all you have to do to hide it? I think it kind of needs to be, I mean,
Yeah, it's 5 to
2
6
inches
on
is
the
what, here? Like to your,
5 to 6 in the front.
what?
5 to 6 in the front
On the
to
southern
the
side.
street. On this, on the eastern exposure,
Mhm.
we have 5 to 6 feet in height.
All right.
Additional screening.
And additional screening, what did you say? Where?
We have
Just for the front.
additional screening for the road.
Okay. All right. I don't see other houses that look like this in this neighborhood. So I don't know. For me, it doesn't look like the other homes at all. So,
It's actually gonna have a very traditional Hampton style architecture with the shingle. It looks very similar to the house actually next door, similar colors. It was developed actually by the same architect. It's just, we wanted large windows that we brought a lot of sunlight into the home.
I don't know. All right, thank you.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve on this application?
Yeah, I'll make that motion to approve as submitted.
Okay, and do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I am.
Okay, one opposed, Ms. Keys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there any comments from the public on this? None? Fine. Okay, then we thank you very much for your presentation, and the application is approved.
Thank you very much. So we did the expedited application. Does that mean that we're able to pick up our permit now?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear.
Does that mean we're allowed to pick up a permit now? I don't know how it works.
Yes, you would go to the building department,
Okay,
and we will be sending the minutes of this meeting will show that it's approved.
thank you, Chairman. I really appreciate it. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful night.
Okay, we have site plan. It's a sign application, Bola EM Realty, 239 West Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays. Ms. Shimon, do we have the applicants for this?
Not sure. Anthony was going to present and he's not here.
We had a chat earlier. David Altman said that he was
He's here.
here
I'll let
for
him in.
this application.
I'll let him in.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay.
Good, thank you. I was wondering, because I can't see on my screen, if there's anybody from High Point Engineering on this morning's meeting. They
Yes,
are the.
there is. Chris is on.
If you could let Chris in too, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm here, Dave. Thank you.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hi.
Good. So, Dave Altman from the law office of Brown, Altman and DeLeo, 538 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 301W, Melville, New York, for the applicant Bola. Mr. Chair, fellow board members, I hope everybody is well, and I'll just say I'm working from home for the next couple of weeks because we had a unfortunate case of COVID in the office, but thank God everybody's okay. With regard to this application, it's an existing gas station at 239 West Montauk Highway in Hampton Bays. And the board may recall that probably about 3 months or so ago, I think it was like August 4th, we appeared in front of this board with regard to the architecture on the building and the other site improvements. The board granted that application, and at the conclusion of that August 4 meeting, we did briefly discuss signage as proposed and as granted variance relief in January of this year by the Town Board of Appeals. And the board may or may not recall, but we just discussed briefly, we reviewed the signage as proposed, and the board was comfortable with the signage as proposed. So 2 weeks ago, fast forwarding 2 weeks ago, we had a preliminary discussion with the planning board concerning signage. The planning board, again, having already granted site plan approval for the building and the site as a whole. The planning board, in full disclosure, was fine with all the signage, with the exception of, believe it or not, the wall sign on the north-facing facade of the building over the front entrance door of the proposed convenience store, which reads Bola Market. And I believe that sign is a little over 18 square feet in area. It's track lettering, externally illuminated, and it's sort of a hunter green color. And the board had no objection as to the materials of the sign, its size, its location, its height. But the board, for some reason, had an issue with the use of the word market in the sign. And that is, of course, part of Bola's trade dress and trade name for the convenience store use. I've discussed that with the town attorney, and did I lose you? I'm sorry, there we are. I've discussed it with the town attorney and the planner. They're doing a little bit of research on their end, but with the exception of the use of the word market, there were no other issues with the signs. Chris, if you just would be so kind as to just give them the board a quick overview of the signs as they stand and as proposed, I'd appreciate it.
Sure, I'd be happy to. In fact, I'm not sure what the board has in front of them relative to our plans, but if you'd like, I can share my screen and describe it if that works.
Yes, I wish you would.
Okay, just bear with me one moment. Hopefully I do better than the last applicant on this. Hang on one second. Okay, let's see. Right here, right?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can share your second screen.
Where's that?
So screen one would be them, screen two would be us, would be this.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I hope so.
Awesome. One day we'll get this right, I promise.
Okay.
Okay, so we have basically 4 signs that are proposed. Largely they're existing, but with some improvements. So the first sign that we have is the one that's most prominent. It's the freestanding sign at the corner. To pass by this location and to look at it, this sign looks a lot like the sign that's out there today, but there's a couple of key modifications that are being made. First of all, we're reducing the top logo mobile head sign by approximately 35%. And the reason that's being done is not only to make the sign smaller, but actually the existing sign overhangs the right-of-way line. So if you see that heavy black line there, we're bringing that sign back to within the confines of the property, simply because that overhanging the right-of-way created a quandary on the town's end. They didn't have any ability to approve an encroachment in the right-of-way. So that sign's being made smaller. We're reusing the existing pole and the structure that's there, sort of that country cantilevered type sign, which comports largely with some of the examples that are given in the town code itself. That sign is also going to be made of a wood carved type of sign. So what's there now is an internally illuminated traditional fiberglass sign that's coming down, and we're going to be making this out of it'll probably be PVC, not actual wood, because you don't get a lot of mileage out of the wood signs, but it'll be a carved PVC with the letters routed out in traditional wood sign format. And then we're just going to create a small LED downlight over the top of it, so that the lighting of the sign is external only, and it'll just illuminate the sign itself. It won't illuminate the ground or the sky or have any trespass beyond the sign. Same thing for the price sign that's below it. On this same sign, we're converting it to an externally illuminated sign, similar format. So it doesn't look a lot different than it looks today, except it's much smaller and fully externally illuminated. That's the freestanding sign. The next 2 signs are basically the same. They're canopy signs located on the west faces and the north face of the canopy. And again, there are signs there now, and notably from an architectural perspective, not only are there signs there now, but the fascia, the rest of that canopy fascia also has a blue aluminum composite material that's in line with Mobile's standard branding image. Based on comments that we've received to date, we've removed, or we're going to remove that and have only a plain white ACM fascia. So it'll be much more muted than what's out there now. But again, the sign, in similar fashion to the freestanding sign, it's going to be a carved wood style sign with a small light fixture above it to downlight only that sign. So again, significantly more muted than what's out there today. And again, those are signs on the west and north fascias. And then the last sign we have that David already described is the Bola Market wall sign. As David indicated, it's a little about right at 18 square feet. These are individual channel letter signs in a hunter green material or color, and they're going to have gooseneck lights over the top of them for, again, external illumination. I think they're very complementary to the building. The building has a very nice sort of country store look to it, And I don't, like David said, we've been through planning, and but for this market issue, which we're still trying to figure out why it's a problem, the board didn't have any objections to the colors or the locations or the size, really, of any of the signs. So that's the description of the signs. I'm certainly here to answer any questions anybody may have.
Okay, we'll go through it, but if I'm correct, I believe we've looked at all of these other signs and actually voted on them.
Oh.
So you wouldn't have to come back to the ARB, but I don't believe we did even see this Bola Market sign.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
David, do you know?
Michael, I don't think we voted on it. When we saw them, we just gave them a preliminary about
that's correct. When we were before the board on August 4, the board just took gave preliminary comment and reserved the board's right to review and approve the signage, and that's why we're before you today.
Okay. Okay, so, well, we have to take, unfortunately, we have to take all of these separately, all of the signs separately. And Mr. Burke, you're in this, this is the lead. You're the lead for this area. And may we have your comments and decision on each one of these?
Sure. I don't have any issues on the two, I guess the mobile signs, right? The ground sign and the.
Well, we have to take them individually.
Okay, so let's start with the canopy sign, I guess. I have no issues with that proposed canopy sign.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski?
No issues. That's going to be a north and a west canopy sign, just so we know, but no issues.
Correct. That's correct.
Ms. Keys, comments? No comments? We can't hear you.
She's muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
I have no issues at all.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any issues with it either. Do you hear a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the canopy sign.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then the next signs are?
All right, we'll move on to the, what was that? The ground sign, I guess. Yeah. Yep. No, absolutely no issues with the changes of what's proposed, keeping it out of the right of way, the amendments. Looks good. No changes, no issues.
Okay, Mr. Rump, comment?
I have no issues either, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jankowski?
No, I like it because there was another sign that used to be there that had the prices on it that was detached from where the overhanging sign is. So, and that was kind of like in the middle of the property on the north side. So I think they're removing that, adding it to where this cantilevered sign is. So it'll clean that front up a little bit more. So I like it.
Okay, Ms. Keys, comments?
No comments. I think it's fine.
And I don't have any comments. The only comment I do have is I don't think they've made any positioning or type for the address sign that we usually, this is something we've been specifying.
Yeah, good point on that. Maybe it can go on the cantilever underneath where the mobile's sitting. Yeah, like right there. That's actually a good point. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's usually my thing.
Right, thank you. Chris, is that possible to put the address there?
Sure. Do we just need the house number itself, or do we need the entire roadway name?
Well, Mr. Jankowski can answer that.
No, just the number. So the reason being, it's mostly for emergency vehicles. We know what road we're on, but it's usually good if you at least just have the number. So that helps.
Yeah. Absolutely. Non-issue, folks. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Ms. Keys or Did you make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I'll make the second motion to approve with the added number. Right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Good. Okay, now the next one is Bola Market.
Yep. So I don't have too much back information as to what I guess what the position is in terms of the planning board's position, I guess, of not having the word market on the sign or what, but I can't imagine that being an issue. I completely would vote to approve as submitted with the words Bola Market. I did a little quick research. It looks like it's uniform to include the word market on their stores. I don't see an issue. Make a motion to approve as submitted.
Okay, Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Jankowski?
Yeah, I don't have any issues with it either. I think it still fits. It's off the road. I don't have an issue with the word market being there either.
Okay, Ms. Keys?
It looks fine. It looks fine. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't have any issue with it, and I agree with the lead on this. I don't understand why their market is an issue, because it would denote what actually is going on there. So, do I hear a motion has been made by the lead. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. And that is approved. And that's the 3 signs regarding that. Thank you.
That's correct. Thank you,
There should be
everybody.
4,
Have a good
right?
day.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
everyone.
guys, just a point of clarification. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. So just to confirm, so there's actually 4 total signs. There's 2 canopy signs.
Right.
I don't know if when the board approved it, if they approved both, they're both identical. I believe
Yes.
they did, but okay. Sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to confirm.
No, I'd rather you do that than have a question later. But yeah, that would constitute one application.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, thank you,
everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, next is site plan review. It's Gulf at the Bridge, 2 Bridge Road, Noyak. Ms. Shimon, do we have documents on this?
I don't. I don't know if
Mr. Chairman, I have to recuse myself on this application.
Okay, Mr. Rump, thank you.
I'll just.
Is anybody here to represent?
I do have
No?
someone from High Point. I don't know.
I never got anything from anybody, so do you want me to go down to planning and see if somebody can come up?
If they can quickly, otherwise we can put it on for the next meeting.
Could I bring in the person from High Point Engineering?
Yes, let's bring them in and see if they're here for this application.
Yeah.
Great. Guess not. It won't start their video. Nope. No movement.
None.
How we doing, guys?
Hi.
Sorry about that. I was out yesterday, and there's a little miscommunication between me and Claire. So this is a storage room that's getting added on to the existing building, and the architecture is the same. I don't have any issues with it.
Okay, do you have a drawing of it or?
I can email it to you.
If we're gonna vote on it or we're gonna
I can
look
hold
at
it up if you want.
Can you just show it to us?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Where on the property is it going?
Where the existing, it's not it's the pro shop and stuff, the clubhouse.
Okay, so
it's an addition onto that.
yeah, addition to the pro shop next to the clubhouse?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I mean, Michael, you can't see this from anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
It sits on top of a hill, and I think this building is probably the coolest building on Long Island.
Yeah,
But
and it's the same architecture. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
ARB meeting. ARB meeting.
But are they meeting via Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, so nobody can come in here?
I emailed it to you.
You what?
I emailed it to you so I can share it with them.
Okay.
I'll share the screen for you guys. All right, so this is the survey. Into full screen for you. This is the addition here. This is the pro shop. Ramp in here, just a detail. It's not the entire survey, obviously. And then just there so you can see the architecture. This is what it's going to look like.
Okay, yeah, that's.
It's pretty consistent with what's already there.
Mr. Jankowski, since
Yeah.
Mr. Rump recused himself, could you be the lead on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I am familiar with this place. I wish more, but I've only been able to play it once. Like the architecture is just amazing. So they're not going to just make this where it's not going to fit harmonious, because it's perfect. So I can see even on the satellite, like where they're putting it and where it's going to go. So it makes complete sense. It'll look like it's always been there, and I have no issues.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Keys, comments?
I have no issues either.
Okay, Mr. Burke, comments?
No issues.
Yeah, and I have no issues either, and we will send that transmittal letter to the planning board on this.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
No issues. Okay. Is there any further business to come before the board? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you, everyone.